Greetings, everyone, and welcome. August the 6th, 2025, approaching 4 p.m. here in Ukraine, 4 p.m. in Moscow. And I can tell you that the meeting between Witkoff and Vladimir Putin has concluded. I can tell you that the meeting lasted 3 hours. We have a couple of statements from Dmitriev and Ushakov, no statements from the American side, although I have one very interesting little piece to share with you that unfolded, and it kind of goes along with what Ushakov did say. So let's jump into it. I told all of you guys that it would probably be a multiple video day today, if not a live. So thank you for being here. We want to update because today is key and critical. We know the tariffs, the sanctions, the war in Ukraine. How will all of this be affected? And we have a new little piece here in regard to India and China that is becoming a much bigger story in regard to the war in Ukraine. Thank you for all that you do, and we appreciate you. Let me give you the updates as we have it. Number one, the meeting is officially over. Witkoff has departed the Kremlin. Vladimir Putin had another scheduled meeting with the King of Malaysia. So the American meeting was 3 hours over, no dinner, no hanging out, none of that stuff. The meeting lasted 3 hours. Witkoff departed. And here's the interesting thing. He departed and went straight to the American embassy in Moscow. I've got the video of it. Not going to take the time on this to show it. It's just the couple of cars heading to the American embassy in Moscow. You can see Witkoff get out and go into the American embassy. You may ask, okay, why would that happen? And even Russia talked about it. Most likely, that was to communicate with Donald Trump, knowing that they have a secure communication line there at the embassy, I would assume, for conversations between Witkoff and most likely Donald Trump. But that's speculation, but most likely that's fairly accurate. Additionally, Putin's envoy, Kirill Dmitriev, who welcomed Witkoff earlier and walked through the park, commented on the talks as a dialogue of winners, quote. He tweeted about that. And also Putin's aide, Ushakov, whom you're going to see on video in just a second, said the talks were useful and constructive. Ushakov also said if we name the topics, first of all, of course, it is the Ukrainian crisis, not a war. Not even a special military operation, crisis. And the second topic is the prospects for possible development of strategic cooperation between the United States and Russia. Now, we're on the edge of Donald Trump wanting to put sanctions, additional sanctions on Russia, secondary sanctions on nations supporting Russia, you name it, all of this tough rhetoric, and they're talking today about further partnership and working together. Now, that's all we have right now, although you can hear it directly from Ushakov right here.
Witkoff was received this morning. What can I say? A very useful and constructive conversation took place. If we name the topics, it's primarily the Ukrainian crisis and prospects for US-Russia strategic cooperation. On our part, regarding Ukraine, some signals were conveyed. Corresponding signals were received from President Trump. Now our president seems to have all the information. That is, our signals and signals from President Trump. Trump hasn't been briefed on the meeting results, so I'll refrain from detailed comments. We'll see when Witkoff can report to Trump about today's talk, and then we can add more substance to my comments.
So that is exactly where we were at and what I was suggesting earlier. No confirmation that Trump has been able to get the information or be debriefed. That's potentially why Witkoff went to the American embassy. So you hear it there directly from Ushakov. And now we wait. He said, after that, I can then give you more information. But signals have been given. Signals have been received. We understand their viewpoint, they understand our viewpoint, and we'll go forward from here. There's more information to share, but we'll only share it later. Now, we know also that Donald Trump is scheduled to have a statement at the Oval Office at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, 11:30 p.m. Ukraine time here, or Moscow time. We'll see if that unfolds as we go through the day. I suggested that there could be multiple updates, but this is as fast as I can get that translation out. Ushakov just made those statements really moments ago if you're watching this as soon as I drop it. So thank you guys. I will tell you this. There was one other little piece I said we need to keep our eye on. August the 31st, Modi will be meeting with Xi. Now, the why I have 2019 in parentheses is because they have not met, and the relationship has been strained. The last time they met personally was 2019. It's 2025, 6 years later, and in the end of the month, Modi and Xi will be meeting. Of course, what are they going to be talking about? All of these things that we are experiencing right now in the world, whether it's tariffs, war in Ukraine, secondary sanctions, you name it. Of course, that's what they're going to be discussing. But it's very interesting. In fact, when I got this information from Indian media, confirmed it, and the Indian media was saying, hey, yeah, I guess Donald Trump does deserve a Nobel Peace Prize. His actions have caused Modi and Xi to become friendly again. So I don't know. It's really a interesting time. We'll keep you posted, but this is where we're at right now as a result of the Witkoff and Putin meeting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for continuing to support. And you're taking that moment to hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on does a huge help for us that you never know about, and we deeply appreciate it. It also will let you know when the next update comes. Be blessed.